Good afternoon, everyone. I want to talk about the missing black doctor, missing CDC doctor, and his name is Timothy Cunningham. He was a es- epistemologist in chronic disease unit at the CDC in Georgia. He showed up February 12th, and his supervisor explained to him why he did not get promoted to branch manager. Major Michael O'Connor said at a press conference Cunningham had already been informed of the job decision the week before. Family drove to his Atlanta home and didn't find him, and then reported him missing February 14th. None of his belongings or identification cards were missing from the home, O'Connor said. No evidence of foul play. This is extremely unusual set of circumstances, he said. It is not common in missing person cases to find someone's entire belongings. Major O'Connor said there is no evidence suggesting anything. O'Connor said Cunningham's employment had nothing to do with him mysteriously vanishing. However, co-workers police have spoken with said he was upset about not getting the promotion. No evidence indication he was distressed at work, O'Connor said. Cunningham made an odd comment to his neighbor about erasing his number from his cell phone. Atlanta Crime Stoppers have issued a $10,000 reward. He also has a GoFundMe, and they've raised $22,622 for his return if someone finds him. His dog was left unattended. Also, he hadn't spent money in a week before going missing. Now, the CDC, if nobody knows what that is the Center of Disease Control and Prevention. It is the leading national public health institute of the United States. It's a federal agency under the Department of Health and Human Services, headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I found in 2015, social media kept on passing around on Facebook about 5 holistic doctors dead. In mid-July, a number of articles on the subject of it was deceased alternative doctors and 5 holistic doctors were missing. It was 5 found dead and 5 gone missing after run-ins with the feds. Now, the CDC is a federal government agency, and I couldn't help but to notice that these doctors keep coming up missing and dead. And now we have a black doctor who works for the CDC, which is a federal agency of the federal government. He's missing. But he was very disappointed for not getting promoted to branch manager of the CDC. And I could not help to see that you have Monique. She's hollering about equal pay. Then this brother, he disappears after he didn't get promoted on the job, and his parents cannot find him. And he also works for the CDC. He also worked on the Ebola virus. He worked on Hurricane Sandy, the Zika virus. He's only 32 years old, and he's missing. Now, they said that he might still be out there. They don't think that he's dead because they have searched for a body and they haven't found any, but people keep calling saying they found him because they have a $10,000 reward. So I think people are playing on the phone or whatever. And every time they call and say that they found him, his mother's heart gets to racing because she wants to know, is he okay? And so some of the things that I found to be strange is if he was skipped over for the branch manager position, whom was the person who got the job? I want to know that. That's something I want to know, because I want to make sure that he didn't feel like he was discriminated. He wasn't discriminated upon. He was in fact angry for not getting his job, and he showed no signs of distress. But he also told his coworkers that he was going home early because he did not feel well. And I don't know if he didn't feel well physically or mentally. It could be both, because when you work so hard and you go up the ladder and go into management, that's an accomplishment, and he didn't get that. He told his neighbor to erase his number from his phone. This indicates that he did not want to be contacted, or if someone was looking for him, he didn't want to be found or something. Because, why would you tell somebody, erase my number? This is your neighbor now. Every single belonging that he had is not missing, and he didn't spend money for 2 weeks. So my question is, could he have had a run-in with the feds over something? Or maybe he might have questioned why he didn't get promoted with the feds. Because he didn't get promoted to branch manager. And he was angry about it. And he left and he said he didn't feel well. So could he been really devastated that, he went missing? I just hope, that they do find him alive, and that, this is not long and drawn out. And I hope that the Atlanta Police Department do exactly what they're supposed to, and just, locate this person and bring him back to his mother, because his mother is really distraught. And every time she gets a call with people playing on the phone saying they found him, her heart is racing. And I will never forget this. I was looking at I think it was a mystery show, and this lady, I think she lived in Michigan somewhere, and her son was molested by her ex-husband's wife, brother, or something like that. And they took him down to the river, threw him in a river or something like that. And then they said that he just disappeared. And so when they found him, he got a detective, and the detective didn't do his job. So the whole time she kept going to the police department, and this is a mother now. She kept going to the police department, giving them information, seeing what they was doing, and she saw that they were not handling the case properly. And this was a black woman. The whole time, her son kept coming to her in a dream. Now, if you don't like spiritual stuff, or, some people call it occultism, but it's dealing with intuition. And intuition is this lady's son kept coming to her in the dream, and kept coming to her, asking for help. And she kept going to the police department, asking them, to keep the case open, keep this, keep that. And this was her son. And when she kept going at them, and they finally investigated, they found out that her ex-husband's wife, brother had molested him, and they had gagged him with something and threw him in the river. And once they found that out, and the case was cracked open and the people were arrested, The son stopped coming to her in a dream, and he didn't come to her anymore. And it took her years to get this case solved. So I hope that this woman, finds out what's going on with her son, and hopefully he's alive, because he's accomplished a lot. Here, right here, I think this is his military um suit. I see his badges and everything, and he looks very happy. He's only 32 years old, and I just hope she finds him. But I couldn't help but to think about the 5 missing holistic doctors that were missing, or that were found dead in a week in 2015, and 5 other doctors went missing and they never found them. And here's another one who works for the federal government, and he's missing also. So put down what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Salon B. Have a nice night.